You are on the rant couch where I rant about whatever my $15 a month plus patrons want me to rant about. You can get one of these by being one of those. This one's for Anciental, who says, I'm requesting a music rant. Digi's choice, Minneapolis rapper POS, or Flobots, whatever sounds more interesting to you. Flobots is a group I know about. I listened to their first album actually quite a few times back when it first came out, largely because of the single Handlebars, which was a big, I guess, one-hit wonder single, because I don't think they had a follow-up. And for good reason, because that song is like very predisposed to being a single. It's like it's sort of a dramatic, almost like emotional cry porn kind of video. It's just all about this big epic build up of this guy talking about like all the things that he can do or has done in his life, and like things he's proud of, building up into his ability to catastrophically reshape the world as humanity has done in all these dark ways. It's a nice steady build up song with a good sense of progression. I was really into it when it came out. I remember listening to it a fuckload of times. Even before, like, I somehow found out about it right before it hit radio, because a guy knew about it on one of the message boards I was on, and then I remember like it just exploding like right afterwards. Me being like, oh shit, this song got huge. But I also listened to the rest of the album, which was okay. Like, none of the songs had that incredible tight sense of structure like that one did. There was a decent amount of variety, because the thing about Flobots is they were like a band. It wasn't just like a rapper. They had they had people on horns and shit. They had a real drummer. They kind of had this like jazzy nature to them. So that element was interesting, but it wasn't necessarily like great. Like none of their songwriting was that impressive. None of the performances were that impressive. Lyrically, they were extremely political to a very direct extent, like, calling out specific people they have a problem with, and, promoting their ideologies. I appreciate that it wasn't so vague, like a lot of political music is just vague, stabs at general concepts that offend you. I appreciate that they were, actually having like a real stance and real enemies in their music, but like it still came off not that impactful. None of the statements they're making are like incisive or cutting or make you really think that hard. It's just kind of like, here's who we don't like, here's what we promote, and none of the rappers had particularly distinct voices. So like, I remember there were a few songs I liked on the album, some that I didn't like as much. It was very much like a mixed bag. And even then, nothing stood out the way Handlebars did. I think I had tried... That might have not been their first album, because their first album, I think, was the Platypus one. I think I tried to listen to that and didn't like it. So yeah, I did not end up following Flobots long term. I do think they had something, particularly in that song. I could see liking them. Like, it's not a difficult band to listen to. I don't think I would be like... I don't think I'd be like cringing or groaning if I had to sit through their album again, but it didn't last that long for me. I was into it around the time that song came out, when I was probably like 16, and grew out of it pretty quickly. So I don't know. They're fine.